highly dubious.
Are you a vegan?
Beg your pardon?
Are you
No,
a vegan?
I'm not a vegan, but that's not
so
the point.
you actively participate in these industries that you're asking us to?
No, I do not. So you're illogical. That's a fallacious argument.
But if you're actively participating in these, what would be your method to stop it?
My method to stop it
would be in your own life. Stop participating.
Would be to ban experimentation and ban live food transportation overseas. I'm totally on side. But this is not.
But brother, but do you eat out of slaughterhouses? Do you eat food out of slaughterhouses?
You're scattergunning.
No, I'm asking.
You can't be debated with your just scattergunning argument. You can't stay on topic.
But brother,
that's your problem.
How could you be against something that you actively support?
Because you don't understand. Obviously, you don't understand nuance.
Nuance. What nuance? There's clear positions.
To small kids walking along is totally wrong.
Parents are feeding children products of violence.
There's a kind of dumb resentment settled over the crowd here when people raise it. That lady was absolutely right to raise it.
Raise what?
The question of showing images like that where there are small children. That's my only dispute with you people.
Parents are feeding their children a product of violence, and until we educate the masses.
No, you're not going to change my mind. My attitude, I've made it perfectly clear. That's it. No more.
Maybe you could think about not supporting the industry, my friend. Okay, so we are just about to arrive to a cube, a really big cube, the first 24 TV cube ever, and we're about to go do some outreach, so let's go see the troops. We're about to show the public how their food's produced in Australia. Why this happens is because consumers are paying for it to happen. People have got society, programming, the TV, advertising, their family, doing all the thinking for them. We want people to think for themselves. Do you know why the cows are chasing after their children?
The way I see it, man, if aliens came to the planet or future us came back and said there's one thing that everyone could do without governments, without corporations to change what's happening on the planet, let's go vegan.
We have to remember that we are not speaking for ourselves. We're speaking for someone else, aren't we? We're ambassadors for them, we're representatives for the animals. Have you seen this before, brother? Here's a card.
I have, yeah, thank you.
You have. You must be vegan now. Almost. Do the vegan challenge on the back row for free. Poor animals, just like our dogs at home. Why are they murdering them? I don't know that's where bacon come from. That's horrible. Planting seeds. Wherever you go, that is your job, to be like a gardener. It's a shame they stab animals to death. Look at the suffering that fish have to go through so we can eat their bodies. How disturbing. Do they kill cows when they can't produce milk? How disturbing. Yeah, and if the calves drink the milk, then we don't have it for ourselves. So they take the children away from the mothers.
Oh, yeah, that's how they do it.
I didn't know that's where dairy calves went, the slaughterhouse. Do you know what you can do to stop it? I'll show you. A vegan challenge. Here you go. Thank you. Anytime we eat animal products, we are harming and killing innocent animals. The reason we're on the street is because we're showing people, hey, these are the industries that you are probably unaware of, that you're supporting, and without our financial support, these industries go under.
Have to stop it permanently,
Have to stop it.
Yeah, well, if we stop it, so if I go to the shops, right, and there's an option there, I could buy a burger with the body of an animal, or I could buy a plant-based burger made of lentils and beans and stuff. Tastes good, no animal cruelty in it. I'm deciding what happens to these animals at the supermarket or at a restaurant. I say, is there any animal products, any dairy, any eggs? If there isn't, I'll eat it. Poor animals killed for their bodies. How disgraceful. Poor animals murdered for meat. Why?
So this is all like organic as well? It's not just...
Well, organic cattle, organic chickens go to the same slaughterhouse as all the rest of the animals. Organic egg-laying hens, they get slaughtered for their flesh, and their the chicks will get minced up alive as well. Yeah, so I think the terms organic and free range make consumers feel comfortable, but they do nothing for the animal. If we let them eat grass before we stab them to death, I don't think that's much of a consolation to them. I can't believe they stab animals to death so we can have burgers. How disturbing. Dependent on us whether this keeps going or whether it changes.
That's right, yeah. It's up to us.
It's consumer.
Yeah, consumer, yeah.
You don't buy it, they don't die.
That's right, you know, we don't buy the products, we'll put them out of business now.
So, yeah, the power's in your hands.
That's right, that's it.
If we were supposed to do this, we wouldn't be so shocked when we see it. Like if this was a natural, you know, when we see fruits and vegetables, you can show your children. You show your child a slaughterhouse, they wouldn't want to eat that stuff.
They wouldn't touch it.
No, most people, most good people.
You're not that different to me. We actually believe the same thing. You believe the same thing as me about animals. You believe they have moral value, you know. We're not that different, except I live in alignment with that. And you haven't yet. You haven't aligned yourself with those values you possess. So finding common ground with people. Well, let's find something we do agree on. And then, you know, conversate from that point.
We're talking about the majority of people who are good people, don't want to support animal abuse. So it's not a very hard job for me usually. It's that's bad, yes. Well, this is what you can do to help us end these industries. So much violence for a sandwich or a burger. Why not just choose a vegan option? We're not talking about a population full of animal abusers. We're talking about a population full of good, otherwise good people.
For people who would actually eat this stuff.
They hide this from us for a reason.
They don't want us to see this stuff.
They wouldn't sell anything.
That's right, yes.
See you later, mate.
See you, brother. Take care. Plant-based food should be eaten over slaughterhouse scraps for sure.
If someone's at the screen and they're having a really empathic response to what's happening to animals, boom, they're an empath. Bring more of that out of them. We want to create an altruistic world.
How does it make you feel to...
Oh, it's shocking.
Yeah. You connect the dots.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's out of sight, out of mind, so yeah.
Was for me for 26 years. And now I feel like I was tricked. I thought buying free range was a moral choice. I didn't realise, you know, but they advertise it in a certain way. Green pastures, happy animals.
Critical thinkers. And you turn this on in people when you ask questions. Questions do not end there, they live on.
If you keep asking people questions, then they learn for themselves. It's a really easy way of doing it. You can ask people if they care about animals, and most people do, and then you can say, you know, when you eat animals, it hurts them, it kills them.
I tell them, but I say, do you know what happens? And they say, yes, but they said, oh, we need some iron and calcium.
Iron and calcium. Well, we had this documentary, it's called What the Health, and if they watch that, then they see how healthy you can be. Do you think you can be healthy on just eating plants? And they think and they go, I haven't thought about that. So you're making people think. Challenge 22, free on Facebook. Do a vegan challenge for 22 days. Yeah. Here you go, I'll give you these so you can hand out to people. On the back you can say, hey, you can do a vegan challenge that's for free, and you can do it on Facebook. And on here you can have ethics, environment and health. You can give them to people. You can do a vegan challenge, you don't have to put that in your body, slaughterhouse food. It's free.
Okay, I'm just going to get straight to it. We have now 243 where the public have taken veganism seriously.
Good work. Alright, here we are at the front of the last Dominion premiere here in Geelong. This will be the last of the tour.
Expected at a week and a half.
What you're about to watch is one of the hardest, most gut-wrenching pieces of reality you will ever see, but you must see it.
The more vulnerable the victim, the greater the crime. You know, the perfect time to describe this as a Holocaust is right now, after you've witnessed for 2 hours animals getting gassed and branded and separated and experimented on. It's exactly what this is.
Because once they know, they can't unknow. They can no longer use ignorance as an excuse.
Now, anger is a very useful emotion. I had it last night after watching Dominion. I really did. I was like, oh, I'm angry. I feel angry. I feel motivated.
That is the 6th time we've watched that. I remember the first time I watched it, I was really sad, and now I'm just getting really angry.
Anger held in can be very detrimental, and if you can express it in a very detrimental way.
And I feel like anger is a more useful emotion, because if you channel it correctly, you can really, you know, have some productive activism. So. We just found a little baby animal in this grate here.
Yeah, so
I don't want to hurt him though.
yeah, just you're doing fine, babes. Let's just get in there. So we'll be doing that.
It's a baby Joey. It's a possum.
How on earth did it get down there?
It's a little possum.
Oh, baby.
Oh, you're one lucky Joey. Yeah, we heard him. We thought it was a dog being hurt or something, so we looked around, and then you were in the right place.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take him through. We're going to give him lots of heat.
Okay.
So that's good. We're going to give him every chance that we can. It's very cold.
Can you let us know? Can you give us an update?
You can give us a call. We
Yeah.
get a lot of wildlife.
Ah.
We can't always keep up.
Hello, how are you? We brought a possum in 2 nights ago, and we're wondering if he's okay. Alright, thanks heaps for your help, we appreciate that a lot. So apparently he just had hypothermia, and he's been sent to a carer, and he's going to be nursed back to health and then released. So yeah.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming to learn about animal rights activism at such an important time. Who has been to see the Dominion premiere? Wow, a lot of you? Okay, probably filled you with a lot of emotion. I know the type of emotion I felt at the start, quite shattered, sad, helpless, disturbed. But I've seen it now 6 times. And the last 2 times I felt anger. Angry. I felt like, what are you doing? Take your hands off of that animal. I felt compelled to defend them. And that's how we need to channel our emotions. Very important right now. I don't want anyone to feel helpless, because every single individual has the potential to create massive change. And individuals together, as part of a movement, can change the world.
On Saturday, we'll be taking to the streets of Melbourne in Australia's largest ever animal rights march. We hope to see you there.